Let's stick on the teeth. Check. Hey zombies, today I'm here to tell you the 3 makeup mistakes you're making. Which sounds really intense, but I promise you it's not in the vein of those trends that need to die type videos, because the only trends that need to die are the trends that need to die video. These are mistakes you're making that are stopping you from being a better makeup artist, makeup hobbyist, or in general getting the application or reaching a new skill level that you'd like. The first biggest thing that you're doing wrong is you're not practicing the things that you're bad at. You are perpetually stuck in doing what is comfortable for you, and you keep doing it over and over again, expecting to get better overall as an artist when it's not gonna happen unless you delve into the areas that make you uncomfortable, that you think you suck at, and that you think you're never gonna get. That's exactly what you need to do. If you are awful at applying false lashes, then you need to wear false lashes for the next, 2 months until you get it. If you get it in 2 weeks, great. If you suck at highlight and contour, do it every single day until you're good at it. It sounds super not fun, but I promise you, you will learn so much doing that. Trial and error as a makeup artist is one of your best assets to learning. The second thing you're doing wrong is you're not buying or using good brushes or the right brushes. A lot of people think that in order to get a beautiful application of makeup, you need to have the most expensive makeup, or that good makeup is more important than anything else. You can't always save bad makeup, but I think in a lot of cases, if you could only have really good makeup or really good brushes, you would be better off with really good brushes. This is often because even if you had the most beautiful, expensive makeup you could have, if you have really crappy brushes to take them from product case to face, it's still not gonna look as good as it could. You can actually do a lot with bad products if you have good brushes. I know there's mixed opinions about how good Morphe brushes are, but I actually really like a lot of their lines. Not all of them, but a lot of the real hair lines of theirs I like a lot. I love Sigma. Smith brushes are really great, but you should find what you like best. MAC makes some really nice brushes, some of them suck.
Like their powder brushes, don't go near them unless they've changed them in the last 5 years. I don't know, I stopped buying them because every time you buy one of the giant MAC powder brushes, you just end up looking like a werewolf because all the hairs fall off on your face, but I digress.
Point is, good brushes are a must. Find the brand that you like. Mix and match brands. There's a lot of things where I'll really like certain brushes from Bdellium Tools that I won't like at all from another brand, but then that other brand might have the perfect kind of fluffy brush that Bdellium Tools doesn't have, and etc., etc. The other thing that you should know is you might be using good brushes, but you might not be using the right brushes for the product that you're trying to apply onto your face. This could be a whole video in itself, but long story short, more or less, real hair brushes are really good for powder type products, generally speaking, and synthetic brushes are really good for cream or liquid type products. I have used synthetic hair brushes that are pretty good at blending, but my favorite brushes to blend out eyeshadows are real hair brushes. And that's important to know if you're using, say, a powder contour, or if you're using a cream contour. You would want to pick a different kind of brush for that. You would want synthetic for the cream contour, and you would want real hair for the powder contour. So experiment with what you have. If you always use a certain brush for your eyeshadow and you feel like your eyeshadow just never comes out right, try using a different brush. See if maybe that's the problem. If you feel like you're not getting good pigmentation out of your brush, are you using a really fluffy, kind of what's the word? Not dense, the opposite of dense. If you're using a fluffy brush to try to pack color onto your eye, you should be using a dense, kind of flat brush to pack onto your eye. Even the shapes of brushes matter. So play around with what you have, because that might help you more than you think. The third thing you're doing wrong is you are following trends too much to a T without taking into account your own unique features. What I mean by this is, you might see certain trends happening on Instagram that you really want to rock and you really want to do, and you just do them to a T. You've watched a million tutorials on how to do it, and for some reason it doesn't look right on you, and you say, I'm just not good at this. I just can't do this. Not always the case. So many people look at these trends and they don't take into account what their unique self is like and if it would work best for that trend. For example, banana powder was a huge trend when it first came onto social media and everyone was buying banana powder. Well, I have news for you. If you're anything like my complexion that is usually much pastier than this even, with pink undertones, banana powder isn't for you. And other examples would be maybe a cat eye is really trendy right now in a certain way, but maybe you've got eyes that are shaped down more than up, and that's a factor. And maybe your eyebrows, like you want to do your brows in the way that they're trending, but maybe your brow structure is in a way that does not lend itself well to that brow shape. It doesn't complement your face shape. There could be other trends where like maybe hooded eyes make it difficult to wear that trend the way that other people do. Or another weird example is, I've done a tutorial on here before about overlining your lips to make them look bigger by drawing up in the corners a little bit and then doing everything normal, lining your actual lip, but only in the corner do you overline it and it makes your lips look a lot bigger. That works for someone with lips like me, but I don't think that would work well for someone who already has a wide set mouth or someone who has particularly really skinny lips. I think that it's a really good trick for someone who already has a little bit of volume in the lips and their mouth is not too wide set, but a different mouth would not benefit well off of that trick, in the same way that me overdrawing my lips up top like most people do does not look right on me. You get what I'm saying? There's a trend here, and the trend is to not always follow trends. Do what works for you, or there's literally a cloud of dog hair from that dance. Oh my God, what is my life? Find out what works for you. It's not to say that you can't do the trends. It might just mean that you need to find a really light banana powder that also happens to have pink undertones. You know, like you need to modify these things and keep it all in mind. If you've learned nothing from this video, the overarching theme is that you need to be thinking about trying new things. Yeah, that's the common thread here. Try new things. Do what you're bad at. Try different brushes if it seems like nothing's working. Try better brushes. Try different shaped brushes. Try different material of brushes. And 3, if a trend isn't working out for you, try it in a different way. It's not necessarily you. You just gotta try new things. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, see ya.